Hi, I'm Kristen Gatesman. Thanks for joining us for this edition of Inside Horry County Schools. And it is that season again. Well, yes, Christmas. But it's also the beginning of our robotics season. Every one of our Horry County schools has a team of students that participate in FIRST Robotics, where they build and compete with teams from across our nation and the world. We'll take a look at one of our middle school and high school teams who say they need our help. We're going to tell you how. And we'll go with some of our Academy for the Arts, Science, and Technology students as they visit a Myrtle Beach cemetery for a very hands-on and interesting learning experience that uses geographical information systems to help families find their ancestors. Now as we take you inside Horry County Schools.
We keep finding the same family names, and that's going to make it later, so when we look up family Owens, there's 7 different Owens.
Really?
Yeah, we have numbered differently, so that's good.
We are GISing these graves, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to take these GIS points and we're going to put them into a story map. And a story map is basically where you can look onto, it's like a kind of website thing where you look onto the point, you can click on it, and then it will tell you all this information.
GIS stands for Geographic Information Systems. So most people equate it to mapping and GPSing, think of Google Maps, anything like that. We also deal with aerial imagery, and obviously we do map as well. We have certain assets within the city, such as hydrants and street center lines, parcel data, things that you typically equate with mapping.
The computer science major at the Academy is working with Lisa Holtzberger, the GIS coordinator at the City of Myrtle Beach. And we've talked about this project for a year now. My students are collecting data. They're using a GPS transponder, getting satellite data. They can go and hit a button and geolocate grave sites, headstones, footstones. Then they're taking pictures of the same thing. Then they're taking pictures so that later we can match up that position, that exact point, and type in all the data. Eventually, the product will be a database that will be part of the City of Myrtle Beach website, where someone anywhere in the world could search for the last name or the first name of some lost loved one, and they'll be able to find exactly where they're buried and see a picture of the headstone, the footstone, the family plot.
This is the battle. This is what we're using to GPS or geolocate these items.
How does it work?
Well, basically what I do is we connect it to our iPad, which Gabe is holding, and then what we do is you hold one of the buttons and it will save a point. Then what we can do is we can save this entire trip, and not only can we see our pathway of going around these graves, we can also see each point we put. And what we're doing is we're going to take all that data and we're going to put it into a spreadsheet and then put it onto a map.
I'm actually taking the pictures on the iPad, labeling them, and then putting all the pictures that are part of that family in the same album. So that way when we actually, have to map them, actually have to put all the pictures to their points, we can just go, hey, where's number 27, and then just number 27 Owens family. Just have it right there.
Well, this is a really exciting collaboration because we've been working with the Horry County Schools, and the city has had a partnership for approximately 3 years now. So we've worked closely with AAST in particular. Blake Vaught, who teaches computer science, really ran with GIS. He saw the vision like I did. And
at Oceanwood Cemetery, there's 7,000 grave sites, and I don't believe we'll be able to even make a dent in it. But this is a test, this is a process. One of the cool things about the Academy is we do things we don't know how to do. So we learn, we're testing the process, we're trying to figure out a process, we're trying to perfect a process. So this is just a start. So we'll be back here, and there's also other graveyards attached to churches and cemeteries standalone that are not documented around the county. Students at the Academy come from all parts of the county, and they will have the opportunity to collect this data elsewhere.
Well, it's interesting because we don't get lots of opportunities to use these because, of course, we have other classes and all this stuff. But it is a fun thing to do because we've been working with ArcGIS and which is the site that uses these and certain things for a while. And now getting to actually go out in the field and do a major thing with it, it's pretty invigorating.
The students at the AAST will continue to work with the city of Myrtle Beach to locate and collect information on more of the cemetery, making it easier for families to locate their loved ones. Now, as we mentioned, our Horry County Schools robotics teams need your help.
There's still a lot of growth to go. Most teams in Horry County do not have a good, solid technical mentor. They have some teachers that are trying their best to do what they know how to do. We need people that are willing to help the kids just learn the basics. Just learn the basics. We need people that might be interested in puttering around the house, doing stuff at home, or maybe curious about how things work. This is not rocket science, and we're not looking for rocket scientists. We couldn't use them if we had them. We need people that know how to put a few things together and are willing to try some things and say, golly, that didn't work, let's try this. Yeah.
And whether it's building and programming this kind of robot or our elementary school's first Lego League robots, our students are ready to learn and discover as much as they can, and they need your help in the process.
It's important because if I learned my programming from an adult.
From a mentor, right?
Yes. You should definitely do it. Just it's a really fun experience, and it teaches you lots of values and what you could do.
It's important because if we didn't have any coaches or mentors, then we wouldn't know what to do, and the more experienced kids would be the ones who knew what to do, we do the work to find guidance with guidance from coaches and mentors.
Bucky Sellers, who is considered the first robotics go-to guy, is the pre-engineering teacher at the Academy for the Arts, Science, and Technology, and remembers when he first got Horry County Schools involved in robotics.
It was a mess. We had no idea what we were doing. We begged anybody we could find to come in and help us teach us about the technology. We had, exposed to brand new computer chips, and I had only a couple years before that touched a computer that was put into school. When I started working at school, there wasn't even a computer in the front office. So we went from the bottom to being extremely educated about robotics in the matter of a year or two. But we had a mentor team from over in Marion, Team 1051. They called and asked us if we needed a mentor, and we latched on to them like duct tape and never let them go. So they helped us through quite a few of the years. But the technology has changed so much. The kids have got such an opportunity to get into what their careers are going to be filled with. That's what they get exposure to in this.
But they really need some people that are around the school, or maybe whose kids go to the school, who are curious and say, I want to help my kid have a more successful future. Let's get in there and let's build some stuff.
If you'd like to be a robotics mentor, just give one of our schools a call. You can find out how to contact them at horrycountyschools.net. Thanks for taking time to learn more about your school district. For more information, become our friend on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check out our YouTube channel, and you can find links to all of these at horrycountyschools.net. Keep watching Channel 12, where we take you inside Horry County Schools.